MTF clouds that we use every day, a very high probability trading system that I invented. So MTF cloud is the daily, hourly EMAs, EMA clouds that we use on intraday. But nobody really ever used these MTFs, these daily EMAs on intraday charts. And that's what I invented. It's helping thousands of traders. So MTF clouds usually acts as a resistance. Oftentimes we see the market rejecting here. It helps us to manage risk, watch our positions, manage chops. So when we make our pre-market planning in the community, we always look at the MTF clouds. We always make sure we know the MTFs. Where is the MTF? If closer to the MTF, we pay special attention. For example, NVIDIA was sitting on the MTF. Meta had MTF cloud up there. So we make that everything in our pre-market planning. So we had a plan to long SPY, and we were actually long on SPY. QQQ for a morning 9:30 to 10 a.m. trade. Gave the stops to the traders, and our targets were MTF clouds. Our QQQ targets were MTF cloud. Why is that? Because MTF often acts as a resistance. So when we were trading SPY long, like I just showed you, we were long right at the open, and we hit at 543s from 540s, $3 move right into the MTF clouds. And some news, bad news hit. But even if you do not look at the news, you can see that we have rejected on the MTF. And this, I suppose, is the daily 2021 MTFs. We rejected them 2 days in a row, and that was the top of the day. Some traders like to short it. I call it a D- setup. It's against the trend, but you know that there's a resistance, and we could never cross it, and we finally broke down the clouds and faded all day. Same thing for QQQ. We could never really push over the MTF clouds, and all the time rejected and pushed down. I told the traders to not trade anything as long as we're under the MTFs, because it's going to be chopped. Some traders in the community did take this short because we were breaking this tight downtrend line. But anyways, you see how the MTF clouds are helping us there. NVIDIA this morning was bouncing over 1 hour MTF clouds, and you see that bouncing. That's why we were long in the community. This midday flag that I gave the traders because of this MTF. So it bounces on that MTF. So that was a 1 hour MTF. Let's look at Meta. Meta rejected the 1 hour 3450 MTF clouds, and it was a short after that, and it pulled back and faded. It was also a day to short setup. Once it broke this yesterday's lows or pre-market lows, it was a short, and that was our short in the community there as well. The pre-market planning we had on Meta, we were only long over 3459 versus 527. But once that 527 support was gone, you know it's under MTF cloud, it's under 10-minute Ripster cloud, so it's a bearish short, so you can make money on that, and you can avoid losing money long side when Meta is pushing into MTF. Some traders did long it at the open, but MTF always gives us a clue what is going to happen. There's another concept which I call a magnet concept. Whenever price is from one MTF, it always tries to push towards the next MTF. But Tesla has also been rejecting from MTF, Ripster MTF clouds for a while now. We called over the 512s, we pushed over the MTF. I gave the traders long on MTFs. The stops were 250. As we started to move up, we moved our stops up, and there was a lot of unusual activity, and our target was MTF. Our stops were 253. So we did make a decent profit trading it from 252 to 53s all the way to the MTF. You know, we're having a hard time, even though we're holding this Ripster 512 clouds, and that's when it finally rejects and you stop out. This tells you that we're rejecting a key MTF daily EMAs that our Ripster clouds tell us. That's how you use the MTF clouds. That's the power of the MTF. Even NVIDIA was bouncing from the MTF. So that's the power of MTF clouds that you can use. You can study more, go to ripstereducation.com. You can watch my YouTube recaps, or you can come to the community. I did a free webinar on the MTF clouds as well. Thousands of traders are using MTF clouds with a bunch of my other systems and clouds that I give out freely. So use them to manage your risk, to make profitable trades.
Come to trade with Ripster. Join the community at www.tenettradegroup.com.